look at your business, ask yourself, is this growing? Am I growing? And if the answer to that question is no, it's because one of these three things is off, if not all of them. Ask yourself better questions, you'll get better results. And if you get better results, your entire life and business begins to change. Let's go. Today, I want to help you get above your business and look down on your business. Not in a negative light, but in a strategic light. Because it's your ability to go from only working in your business to working on your business that will determine how fast your business actually scales and how fast you actually grow. You know, great leaders, great CEOs, they look at their business from 10,000 feet, meaning they're able to look at things from a high perspective and say, okay, what are the strategic actions that I need to take? What are the strategic ways that we need to deploy capital? What are the strategic things that we need to do in order to drive performance, drive growth, and actually scale this company? And so what I want to do is I want to help you go from just thinking like a salesperson, which is, can we drive more sales and make more money, to thinking like a leader, which is how do I inspire action, to thinking like a CEO, which is how do I inspire action, but in a strategic direction. See, great leaders, they inspire action, but exceptional leaders drive action and inspire action in a strategic direction. And that comes from the CEO side of their mind. So think of your mind broken down into two components, right? You have one side of your mind, which is like founder, leader, inspiration. How do I inspire action, cast a vision, get people excited, build culture, build environment? And then the CEO side of your brain is, how do we do this in a strategic way? How do we deploy capital? What are the things that we need to work on? What are the metrics? What are the data points? What things do we need to be measuring? What things do we need to be tracking in order to hit the goal? And so we have the leader side of the mind and the founder side of the mind, which is inspiration and culture. And then we have the CEO part of the mind, which is data, metrics, and strategy. And if we can take both of those sides of the mind and combine it into one, you create somebody that is dangerous in business. And that's what I want to help you do here today. So I want to go over 3 questions that every successful CEO asks themselves. And I think if you can begin to ask yourself these questions, it's going to help you speed up how long it takes for you to go from where you are to where you want to be. So the first question is a vision question, which is, where are we trying to go? Think about that for a second. Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to accomplish? Both short-term, mid-term, and long-term. Long-term, what is the big picture? Within a couple of years, where do we want to be? By the end of this year, where do I want to be? Where do we want to be? Where do we want the business? And so we need to have extreme levels of clarity when it comes to the outcome that we are looking for. Because if we are a wandering generality versus a meaningful specific, that means that we're just shooting from the hip, and the likelihood of us hitting a target is slim to none because there is no target. We need to have extreme levels of clarity when it comes to the vision. What this does is it gives confidence to people. When people have clarity, they have confidence. When people lack clarity, they lack confidence. When people have clarity, they have direction. When people have direction, they execute. Think about it like this. If I'm driving and it's pouring rain and foggy, do I normally speed up in that environment, and do I slow down in my vehicle? I slow down. Why? It's a safety mechanism to protect myself. But the clearer it is outside, the faster I drive. The same thing when it comes to your people. The more clear they are on the vision and the target and what you guys are trying to accomplish, the faster they are going to move towards it. So the first thing that a CEO needs to identify is, where are we trying to go? And does our entire organization know where we're trying to go? The second question that we need to ask ourselves is about capacity. Do we have the right people in place in order to accomplish that vision? So we have where we're trying to go, but do we have the people in place to help us get there? And if the answer to that question is no, we need to start strategically asking ourselves, what am I doing to find the talent that is needed in order to get to where we're trying to be? Because if I have the wrong people in a role, the wrong people for the job, if I don't have the right leadership team in place, then the likelihood of me accomplishing that vision, once again, goes in the trash. We need to be brutally honest with ourselves. Do I actually have the right people, or do I just love and like these people? Because those are two different things. Let me say that one more time. Do I actually have the right people, or do I just love and like these people? Because there's a lot of people that I love. There's a lot of people that I care about. But that doesn't mean that there are the right people for helping us accomplish the vision. It doesn't mean that we need to eliminate them altogether, but it might mean that you need to bring new people into the environment in order to actually get to the goal. So the first question is, once again, what's the vision? The second question is, do I have the right people to accomplish the vision? If the answer to that question is yes, now it just comes down to fuel. If the answer to that question is no, you need to create a strategy to go find the talent that's needed so that way you can actually accomplish the goal. The third question that you need to ask yourself as a CEO is about resource allocation. Where are we placing the bets and where are we investing capital? Let me say that one more time. Where are we placing the bets and where are we investing capital? See, what money does is money is leverage, and it gives you the ability to buy back your time, A. B, it gives you the ability to buy technology and or resources and or items that can help expedite success. So as a leader and as a CEO, you need to be asking yourself, where should I deploy capital to accelerate the business? Where should I invest money to accelerate the business? Who should I hire to accelerate the business? And so CEOs are not looking at things as a cost. They're looking at things as an investment. If I invest money into the right things, it will produce a return. If I spend money on the wrong things, it will produce a cost. So as a CEO, you got to ask yourself, is this a cost or is this an investment? Is this going to lead to a return or is this going to lead to a decline? Is this a good use of money or is this a bad use of capital? As a CEO, you need to constantly ask yourself that question so that way you're not spinning your wheels and spending money on things that don't actually move the needle and don't actually help you get to where you want to be. And so as a CEO of your business, of your organization, you're the CEO of a church. It doesn't matter what you're the CEO of. If you are the leader of an organization, you should be constantly asking yourself, where are we trying to go? And does everyone know where we're trying to go? Do I have the right people in place? And if the answer to that question is no, how do I go find them? And then number 3 is, am I investing capital properly? Am I using the resources we have properly in order to accelerate performance and bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to be? And if we ask ourselves these questions and we begin to get positive answers, then you are going to move in the right direction. Well, Matt, how do I know we're not moving in the right direction? Look at your results. Look at your results. If you listen to your business, it will talk to you. If you listen to your numbers, it will talk to you. If you listen to your metrics, it will talk to you. Look at your business. Ask yourself, is this growing? Am I growing? And if the answer to that question is no, it's because one of these 3 things is off, if not all of them. Ask yourself better questions, you'll get better results. And if you get better results, your entire life and business begins to change. So with that being said, if you guys learned something from today, do me a favor, tell a friend about it. All we want to do is help you get to the next level. And if we can help you do that, it would mean the absolute world to us. All we ask is that if you ever learn something, you tell a friend, you share the channel, you tell other people to subscribe so we can continue to make a bigger difference in this world. We appreciate you guys. God bless. And we'll see you guys next week.
Let's get it. 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 Let's get it.